What are you working on?
The world's been waiting for the next great American novel. I'm working on completing my first book. What are you working on?
My chest and my pecs. My pecs and my songs were usually put on records or singles, which would have 4 or 5 songs on it. And you would be hooked by one song, lured in, and fall in love with 4 other or 9 other songs. And then you were married to a person and you became a fan of that person.
Digital music removed the 9 other songs and it became the hookup culture of music.
Whoa,
Wow.
Now I feel like with AI, it's just all masturbation.
We want to be with the people who wrote the music, to have the quasi-communal experience we experienced at home listening to it become enfleshed. That's why we go to the concert. We want the incarnation of it. With AI music, there's no possibility of incarnation. The problem with pornography, not that it shows too much of the person, it shows far too little, because it doesn't reveal the person. The body is portrayed in such a way as to rupture it from the person. And whenever you rupture the spiritual and the physical in a human being, it's a death. The first thing we feel when we are born is thirst for the breast.
Yep.
Nursing facilitates speech. There's a connection here between the word we speak and the word becoming flesh that we then take in. Not just the flesh, but we drink his blood. And the very function of the breast in God's design is to transform blood into food. If that's not ringing some Eucharistic bells.
Hey,
I wanted to ask. Nice.
finally!
Return the favor. Just a general question. What are you working on? Is there anything in your lives right now that you're creatively working on? Or not creative? I mean, but what's on the cooker right now for you, Bill?
Oh, me first? Okay.
Why not? You too, Juan.
Yeah,
What are you working on besides?
We all know.
Can we say? Is it?
We'll let Juan decide that one.
Yeah, you talk about what you want to talk about.
Now it's awkward.
Anyways, well, I'm working on completing my first book, and I'm very excited, and it's landing soon. I'm a chapter and a half.
I'm very excited about that. I've been waiting for years.
I know. Me too.
The world's been waiting.
The world's been waiting for the next great American novel.
Tell everybody what your book's about.
So the title is The Way of Wonder, Rediscovering the Gift of Being Human.
You got to share the acronym because people aren't connecting the dots.
Hashtag wow.
Way of Wonder, wow.
Way of Wonder, and I'm incorporating all the stuff that's been rocking my world since I was 11 years old. And how the Lord speaks through...
Your knee's rocking my world right now.
Set for mentality. Cut transmission. Cease transmission. And, it's only my 4th coffee.
That's all it takes.
And it's the sacramentality of reality. It's the word. It's the stuff we've talked about here in this show. It's the touch points with all the things that are Jacob's ladder lifting us up. Wow, Way of Wonder is opening us up to more and more, to truly flourish, to truly be alive. So I've had a lot of fun moving through the chapters, building them out. It's hard to write a big book,
Yes.
as you well know.
Is this your first big book?
Yeah, I've just contributing author for other pieces, but including God is Beauty, available at our store, tobinstitute.org.
That's a good book.
But yeah,
It's an awesome acronym. I just have to applaud you for that acronym. It's when people are like doing acronyms and they just don't work.
Yeah,
It's like fitting it around hole.
Yeah, you're trying to squeeze it into this, and it does. This works.
it works.
Amsterdam.
It's on
Way
a
of wonder. Wow.
Wow. That's what we do when beauty hits us.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, that's what I'm working on. Very excited.
Is that the final title?
I think so. Okay.
You know what else we say when beauty hits us is, no.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And I don't think people are taking the Lord's
It's
name
a
in
prayer.
vain.
No, not at all. It's a prayer.
It's a prayer. Yeah. Oh my God.
I noticed you said that at
Yeah.
the event with the
Double
rainbow
rainbow
guy.
guy. Yeah.
because he says, "Oh my God, oh my God,
Yeah, oh my God, oh my
Like,
God."
that's-
'Cause
He's legit.
Transcendence has just hit you, and that's the most natural thing you can say in the world.
Yeah.
What has
Something
been
out of this world.
the hardest
And
part?
this world.
Sorry, what's been the hardest part for you with this?
Yeah, I mean, building, a book is the memory, I think, of. Did I say this already? Have I touched on
Yeah.
this? Did I quote that guy?
It's just
Uh,
3 chapters just repeating themselves. Like,
Yeah,
Leave that to
Which-
the editor.
Nothing wrong
We'll
with that.
figure that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, we'll figure it. But I think that's
Right.
it. It's that thought. And thank God for technology. You can do a quick Command F and search for. Did I say that already?
You
Put the
can?
word in. Well, like.
What is this
Did
technology?
I quote?
You know what you could also do with technology? Just say, Chat GPT, write a book in the style of Bill Donaghy
Cease
on the Way
transmission.
of Wonder.
Cease. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night.
Oh, it's brutal.
It's scary.
Crazy.
You know what I'm
No,
noticing?
My book is partly the antidote to that obsession with technology. Let's let everything
Yeah.
be done by let's outsource every thought.
How so? Because all right, first define. Okay,
Because,
so AI, you're saying, with AI is the ability to just kind of give it keywords and it pop it. All right. So, how is this way of wonder the?
Well, when you say what are you working on, to me, and I think we're all artists in our own way, shape, and form. Everybody's called to be. It means where am I getting my hands dirty? What am I creating and building? AI, I mean, built into AI essentially is you do all that for me. So I don't have to get my hands
Yeah,
dirty.
yeah.
And essentially, you're just going to sort of plagiarize all the stuff that everybody else has put out there. Just grabbing AI systems are just grabbing and building, and it's very helpful in certain ways at certain times. But overall, I think we're outsourcing our own creativity and power to make and shape. Like, I don't want to do that. So the book is about getting people back into the gift of silence, the gift of embodiment, the gift of, like we said before, lacuna moments where I get inspired and then I do collaborate with the divine and create. Or I could just spark a prompt into an AI done in 10 seconds.
Mm.
I don't think we're going to be really happy with that.
No.
If you
I'm
remember-
already not happy.
No, remember the end of WALL-E, the Pixar movie WALL-E, the robot?
Mhm.
The end of that film, the gist of the film is we've trashed the planet and we have to take off into space until the planet can get cleaned up. But it takes 700 years. So humanity is living in a spaceship and bots are doing everything for us. So everybody turns into a Jabba the Hutt 700-pound thing sitting on a floating couch with screens and technology everywhere. And we've lost the ability to do anything on our own. And I feel like we're going there
Yeah.
real fast. Real fast.
I had a scary thought just this morning. I was listening to a song that I had not heard before that my kids said, hey, give this song a listen.
Mhm.
And I was really liking the song. And I was thinking, I've watched some videos about where the music industry is going because of AI that scare me. And I was appreciating the song. I was appreciating the lyrics. I was appreciating some human being is sharing an experience of his own life with me through the lyrics. And I'm entering into this other person's experience, which is tapping into my experience. I'm feeling communion with this other person who wrote the song. And then I'm thinking, oh, this is all going to be gone.
Mhm.
This encounter with a person through music is going to be gone. And then I had this, wait a minute, is this song AI? Because I had never heard it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if this song is AI? And I felt
You don't know.
felt totally duped. Like if it is,
Yeah.
and the fact that I can't even know right now if it is. I mean, I could Google search it. I didn't, but I felt the utter cheapening of persons through replacing human creativity with, you can't even call it creativity. It's not creativity for a computer to write a song. But you can go into, an AI program and say, write a song in the style of such and such, sounding like such and such,
And it will.
about such and such. And in however many seconds, it'll pop it out.
And it'll do it really well. And it's only going to get better
Yeah.
6 months from
Which
now. a year
is
from now.
very concerning
It's
to
very
me.
concerning, but the thing that I still can't surrender to is that, in my experience, all of my engagement with music was with the person. I've always tried to know who composed it. And in fact, a lot of how much I fall in love with a song is dependent upon how much I enjoy the person who created it. Like, and on the flip side, not flip side, but I've enjoyed a lot of, like, I'm a huge Dylan fan. I've enjoyed a lot of Dylan songs that I've been able to kind of like step back from and objectively listen to and try to imagine from somebody else's perspective, and realize that I actually love it as much as I do precisely because I love Dylan.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah,
person who
that's right.
created
To
it.
your
That's
point,
right.
you're rooted in a real
Yes.
person.
In a person. And so I don't understand, like, I can honestly say from my life so far, I don't think I could ever like an AI song because it's not generated from a place that I can relate to.
But what if
which
you
is-
don't? What if you're hearing it for the first time, like I was this morning, hearing the song for the first time,
Yeah.
and you're like the beat, you like the melody, you like the lyrics.
I can agree that it's a quality song, and I can tell you why. It's a catchy lyric.
Right.
It's a catchy melody. That's a nice production. That's a good beat, and that's those lyrics are well crafted.
Right.
But they are not anchored to anything that I can relate to.
It's all
And that's
technical, not personal.
Not
So
personal.
you can admire.
But I'm saying if you don't
technicality.
know though,
Well, but that, to me, that song will exist in my life at a very surface level until I'm able
until you're able to know.
to know
Right.
its source.
Yeah.
That's how I function
Yeah.
with music.
Yeah.
But a lot of people
Yeah,
don't.
most people don't.
Most people.
I think if you really want to have an engaged and awesome, flourishing life, you're gonna, when you're hit by beauty, you're gonna want to do the delve into the deep dive
Yes.
into.
And
And
that-
this is the thing with the whole AI and all the stuff today. That so much of the stuff we're doing is, it's so vapid, it's exhausted because it's that thin.
yeah.
So it's like, whoa, that was really cool. That sounded like a real song.
Yeah. So
What else is on? You know,
Well,
whereas when we first encountered Van Morrison or Dylan
Yeah.
or U2, we're like, whoa, I want to know more about. I want to dive
Yes.
into this and know more. And the more I know about the backstories, the richer. Like to your point, it becomes more rich.
It's a marriage.
It's the union. Yeah.
Digital music, when they started taking songs, traditionally songs were put on a record. I don't want to sound like that old guy, but I'm just saying this is what happened. Songs were usually put on records or singles, which would have 4 or 5 songs on it. An EP, right? And an
Right.
LP.
right.
And you would be hooked by one song, lured in,
Yep.
and fall in love with 4 other or
Right.
9 other
Yeah,
songs.
right.
Yeah.
And then you were married to a person, and you became a fan
Right,
of that
right.
person.
And you read the liner notes.
And you hold the record, you hold the artifact. Digital music removed the 9 other songs, and it became the hookup culture of
Of music.
music.
Whoa,
Right.
that's
Wow.
Now I feel like with AI, it's just all masturbation.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's all like artificial,
Oh, I really.
no relation.
That is
We'll be
foul.
back
That is
after-
foul. That is
Yeah.
foul. That's see my experience this morning, which shocked me, was that I what I realized was I have lived with the assumption. It was not even assumption, just a given, that whenever I've heard a song in my life, there are real people behind it.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. Like that's just the foundation with which I engage music. So for my experience of music would also take me to the person, but I could enjoy a song for a time where I'm like, just knowing I have the opportunity to get to know the band, the songwriter, the lyricist, the drummer, and anybody into music from our day. You have your favorite drummer, you have your favorite vocalist, you have your favorite bass player, you have your favorite, fill in the blank. Today, you can't assume anymore that there are people, real people, behind the music. And that, we talk about this all the time. We talked about it in our last episode about how the goal with music is not just to tickle your ears, but to enter communion, to enter an experience of communion. This is why we want to go to the concert. We want to be with the people who wrote the music, to have the quasi-communal experience we experienced at home listening to it, become enfleshed. That's why we go to the concert. We want the incarnation of it. Well, there's with AI music, there's no possibility of incarnation. There's no artist behind it, and that is Gnostic.
Yeah.
That is a dangerous, dangerous place that the culture is moving. And what it's really showing, the fact that we're embracing it so quickly, although lots of people are raising cautionary flags, which I'm grateful for, but the fact that en masse culture is embracing this, and one of the hottest new bands is this AI generated band. They have their backstory, they have the fake photos.
Which is made up. It's not
Yeah, it's
real.
all made up stuff, but it does show you want it to be connected to a person or persons. So you have to pretend that it is.
This is the bizarre age that we live in, because we do with everything else too. And we may talk about it, but we have apps on our phones that mimic waterfall, gentle rain, thunderstorm,
right.
crackling fire. Why do we?
You know what else
or,
we
or the
have?
Kindle. Yeah.
We have Pringles that are the flavor of Philly cheesesteak.
I had some last night.
That was,
I was so scared.
it was very scary.
It was a good experience.
But I think you know what it's got to blow up.
Well,
It's going to push people
no.
to really.
It-
You want to linger in this for you for a little more?
It's only gonna change when people realize that they have something to be anchored in.
Right.
If you don't, AI music has no anchor behind it.
No.
There's no reflection of self. The reason I fall in love with an artist and their music is because in some way it reflects a version of myself and helps me understand myself. But if you don't feel like you have any kind of depth, like if you're not in touch with your depth and your humanity, then you're okay with the flat surface artifact. I just
Right.
enjoy the beat. And I think if people continue to become disassociated with their humanity and see themselves as something more than just cells and time, if you don't do that, then you are destined to just be satisfied with a flat artifact,
Yeah.
an unengaging artifact.
Yeah, you just said what I was trying to say a moment ago and got sidetracked, is that the fact that that culture in mass is embracing AI music is a symptom of sickness from which we're already suffering. And you could put different terms to it. I called it Gnostic, which for
Lack
those who
of
don't
identity.
know, we don't.
We have a lack of identity.
Well, our identity is no longer rooted in our bodies. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right? We have excarnated ourselves rather than incarnating, where spirit
body,
takes
in the
flesh.
body.
Excarnating, we are so wounded by bodiliness because we don't know what bodiliness means. And I prefer to call it the pornographic revolution rather than sexual revolution, because sexual is a good word and I want to reclaim it. But what the revolution was pornographic, where you rupture the body from the person. And a famous paraphrase of John Paul II's teaching about pornography, I've never seen him say this directly, but it is an accurate kind of paraphrase of his approach, is the problem with pornography is not that it shows too much of the person, it shows far too little, because it doesn't reveal the person. The body is portrayed in such a way as to rupture it from the person. And whenever you rupture the spiritual and the physical in a human being, it's a death. That's the very definition of death, is the rupture of the body and the soul. So we're living in a culture of death. We're living in a culture that has as a working fundamental principle a rupture of the physical and the spiritual, which is why when we've already embraced that vision of humanity, culture en masse is not bothered by AI music. Whereas anyone rooted in the flesh, rooted in a desire to be in communion with enfleshed persons,
Yes.
right? This AI music is going to bug you.
I like that analysis there, because it's not Bishop Fulton Sheen's book, Old Errors, New Labels.
Yeah, I like yes. That's
We've been
exactly
dealing
right.
with this all the way back to the beginning. Like, it's the same thing. we rupture it. So the body, soul, the man, woman, heaven and earth, everything is connected that way, and we've all disconnected it. So, yeah, it's just so vapid. And when is it just we're gonna want to go back to the communion. So it's gonna be the only real experiences are gonna be back to the bonfire with somebody playing a John Denver song on a guitar,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah,
But
take me back.
Gosh,
Country roads.
yeah, that's what we're gonna need.
Yeah.
And we already have, I think, I would say probably the current generation too has this already, this longing for real smells and reconnection. So cool. We're just gonna hang out.
It's the only way to become fully alive.
Yes, it is.
And that's I'm saying
no other
that
way.
for anybody listening, like you need the tangible reality to our humanity. If you're bothered by nothing because you feel you are nothing, it's not true. There's something. You are something. You are someone. You are someone, and it's connected. Everything tangible that the Creator created is pointing. Every creation is pointing to the Creator's hand. There's nothing created that can't resonate and point you back to the Creator. That's the mystery on this world. That's what this time is about, is finding that and seeing it.
Yeah.
So get your hands, like, what are you working on? I love that. Get into that, all of that natural sacramentality, all that stuff, not the glittery stuff we're creating, sub-creating that is just divorced.
Yeah.
Get back into the real. I mean, even, when a bunch of us guys here at the Institute, like having this once a month hangout, which is just so good for soul and body. I love
Music
it.
night.
Music nights where we're just, we had the bonfire the other night, just under the stars, smelling smoke, having a drink, sharing music, sitting in silence, then responding to it, telling stories about the first encounter with the artist at a concert or whatever. It's the most normal, natural, but it's become lost art.
Yeah.
But it's the way home, and I love it. I mean, I hope when people, anybody who's jumping into our conversations here, they just catch a little bit of the sparks that we're just enjoying.
Yeah.
And just turn off your phone and get the heck out. Like, do this. Just do this. It's just so healthy.
It is.
And to your point, it's the only way back. It's JP2's model when he was a young priest in Poland, the środowiskos.
Yeah. Share more about
Środowisko being the Polish word for like an environment. I was doing the deep dive into the Polish words that make środowisko, and it's like the center, like the hearth, around which the space around the hearth. So we got to build środowiskos. Well, what do? Nothing. Just show up, have some scraps of songs or poems or stories. What are you working on? What are you reading? And just hang out.
The hang.
Oh, the hang. It's become the lost art. And don't bring any phones
Unless
you're looking up a song.
We're playing music.
Yeah.
We're taking
But use it
photos. Unless you're taking a photo to capture.
Yeah, there you go.
we should sit around a fire and just film everybody so we capture it, right? So we have it to look at later.
We're being sarcastic, everyone.
That's what we're doing.
We live in a world so ruptured from the meaning of our bodies, we no longer know what a man is or what a woman is. For such a time as this have we been given St. John Paul II's Theology of the Body. Here at the Theology of the Body Institute, we are reaching lives and transforming relationships around the world. We're raising up a new generation also of teachers to bring this vision, to bring this legacy of John Paul II to others. For all the students we're reaching with our courses, there are many more we are unable to reach for lack of scholarship funds. The St. John Paul II Legacy Foundation was launched in 2024 with the goal in 2025 of raising 900 scholarships. We've reached the 500 mark and aware that most nonprofits receive 50% of their funding in the final weeks of the calendar year. We believe with your help, we can still reach the 900 mark target. If you believe in what we're doing, if you've been blessed by what we're doing, will you help us to help others, to fund scholarships so people can come to the courses at the Theology of the Body Institute? Check out the link below, and thank you for believing in our mission. Feel free to skip this ad if you like, but I just wanted to invite you, if you're enjoying what you're hearing here on Word Made Fresh, please subscribe. Please share these episodes with others. Leave some comments. And if you want to continue the journey with us, follow Mike Mangione, Bill Donaghy, and yours truly, Christopher West, on our personal social media. And all of those links are in the description below.
So what are you working on? Christopher's turn.
Or me?
You.
Oh my gosh. My chest and my pecs and my traps. Mainly,
Looking good.
Mainly,
Mr. Incredible.
moobs, anti-moobs.
Stop.
I am current. Thanks for asking.
Look where his hands went.
Yeah. You asked first.
I know. I asked because I wasn't interested. I wanted to tell you what I'm working on. I was hoping you'd ask me.
See, I need
So here I am. No, I'm just kidding. I'm working on writing songs, and it has been talk about needing to go deep in the ocean to find the life.
Oof.
It has been rough. But a lot of that I attribute to just time of life. You know, like there's other things that when I was younger, I was like, I just got to eat a hot dog and write a song today. You know, like that was it. But now there's so many other things like that frozen surface. I need to drill the hole. I read something that Dylan said where in later in life, like now, he said it recently that every day he wakes up and he's I can't remember verbatim, but he's thankful and he makes a commitment to work, to try to write.
At 84.
At 84. He's just thankful. He sees it as a gift and he wants to create. And I was like, because there's a part of me when as I've gotten older, you know, I'm just like, nobody wants to hear it anymore. Like who, you know, and to see Dylan, or read that Dylan at 84 is like, I got to create. Was really inspiring. And so,
What's the ocean when you say?
The ocean.
What is your ocean?
Well, it's when I make space to create. And for me, I don't just sit down to write. I open myself up all the time to trying to receive the inspiration. But I make it a point to sit down and take the sack, the bag,
Sack of memories.
and lay it on the table and just see what I'm working with. All the little bits of inspiration. The ocean has just been, I haven't been feeling that anything was good. And there's a place that I've gotten to recently where I just realized like you have to build something to know if it's good or not. You can't be frozen by the fear of it not being good. You have to put the Legos together to know if it's a shape. And that's, to me, when Dylan said, I just wake up and I write, was him saying, build it. And don't worry about if it's good or bad. So that's where I'm at. It's been, and I'm you know, in my head, I'm still in OG in music. So I'm like, I need to have an album in the sense that I want like 10 songs.
That are themed and interconnected somehow?
For me, my theme is like, I'm 46. That's my theme, you know? Like, this is just songs that sound like...
You got your first line.
Yeah. These are songs that sound like how I am right now. But, no, so I'm at a point now where I'm like, I think I'm 5-6 songs in.
Wow.
And I want to go beyond 10, but then I want to put them to 40. So that's my...
Mike, you know how you always reference Dylan? We have an episode.
I haven't noticed.
And you
Is
know
that
how I
true?
always I have a Van Morrison right now.
Yeah.
I feel like they're constantly with us.
They are
Which is
constantly
good.
with us.
Avalon Sunset. There's a song on that album, Van Morrison, where I'd love to write another love song. That one.
No.
Oh, I'd love to write. So, and it's like he's dry. I'd love to write another one, especially for you. But he can't. But he's got nothing, and he's writing it. But the next song on the album, Have I Told You Lately That I Love?
That was good.
It's the greatest love song of Van Morrison. It's just so cool. But I just brought that memory up because he Dry Bones for a bit.
Yeah.
Which he turned the Dry Bones into a song. I'd love to write another love song.
That's the trick.
That reminds
then
me
he
of
does.
something.
So
my musical man said, Bono,
Nice.
he says he never understood when people would say they have writer's block, because if he has writer's block, he writes about the fact that he has writer's block. So it becomes the very
That's it.
inability to write becomes what you write about. So it's the I'm going to
That's the
write
stuff.
I'm going even if I have to write about the fact that I don't feel like there's anything I can write about. I'm going to write about that. So I'm writing. That's what it sounds like you're saying Van Morrison did with that
That's
song.
46.
There's an image that I had. I was
That's your song.
talking to a friend of mine, and we were both lamenting about the same thing. It's just, he's like, "How is it going for you?" And I said, "Well, do you ever see those videos, like a pipeline, that all of a sudden, it's like all of a sudden it looks like, remember when you used to smush Play-Doh out of that thing? It looks like something coming out. You don't even know what's coming out of the pipeline. Like, what is that?
Right.
And it gets a little faster, and a little faster, and then all of a sudden a little wetter, and then it goes boop, and it was a plug.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden just water starts rushing out.
That reminds me of a GIF I sent somebody recently.
Yeah, I remember that one. Moving on.
Oh, right. I remember that one too. But the point of saying that was,
Are you at the very initial stage of that?
I feel like I'm at the stage that the plug is out.
Good.
But to your point, to both your point, sometimes you need to write a song about not being the right song just to be the song that is the plug, the thing that pushes the plug out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's keep moving forward. And don't worry, and what I said, don't worry about if it's bad or good. Just it's make it something. And then allow that to just open you up and keep going. So that I'm just trying to remain in that spot. Because,
Yeah.
how about you?
Yeah, Christopher.
Well, you and I, the last year, have been working on a new event called The Well. And it was inspired by a desire to respond to a survey that came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago now that indicated that a large number, I forget the numbers, but a large number of so-called practicing Catholics do not believe in the of Christ in the Eucharist. And the bishops were saying, we got to do something about this. So that was the kind of felt need, pastorally speaking. And we know, of course, at the Theology of the Body Institute, that we have a bright light to shine on the presence of Christ's body in the Eucharist. And was it 2 years ago we started thinking about developing this?
Seems like it, feels like it.
And then in earnest, just life allowed, we set a date. Let's offer it for the first time.
It's Columbia.
Columbia, as in the country.
We'll never see these people again.
We love our Colombian brothers and sisters. Don't listen to this.
That was our second
That was
time
a
there,
joke.
so that was a joke.
And I
Yeah.
just went there a few months ago. So
Yeah,
we're
there's
and
something
we'll be
beautiful happening in Colombia
There sure
with the
is.
Theology of the Body. In fact, I just did a Zoom call with the Colombians on Friday night, a week ago.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful what's going on. So we decided we gave ourselves a deadline to come up with our first prototype for this event. And Mike, share how you landed. You were really inspired. I was hesitant to call it The Well at first, but I believe you're inspired. Share that your creative process there. How did you land on calling this new event The Well?
You have been incorporating the story of the woman at the well into the presentation, and I think now you just put me on the spot, so I could be wrong, but I think what it was the idea that here's a woman not even looking for anything, just trying to get by on the daily basis, going somewhere, going to the and being encountered by somebody, and she wasn't even open to it. Was not looking for
Wasn't
it.
looking for it.
But it was
Or didn't know she was looking
didn't know
for
she
it.
was.
Yep.
And not only did she encounter the Messiah, but she was met specifically addressing her weakest elements of herself. The places that she didn't feel that she was even lovable. She didn't feel people knew about it. She didn't feel she didn't feel like she was anything anymore because of it. And in her darkness and her despair, that's precisely, he doesn't just like, hey, how you doing? You're pretty. Let's go talk. He like meets you there and lays it out. I know who you are, and I'm there with you. That's the invitation. And I felt, well, if we're trying to show people that there is somebody, a savior, then we have to know and discuss that it's not just a savior for when we're on our good days.
Right.
It's a savior for precisely to enter into the deepest cracks of our soul and shine, to be with us in our despair. And if we understand that reality, then anything
Yeah.
from this God is possible, including the Eucharist.
This is awesome because I didn't know the Eucharistic underpinnings of the.
Yeah.
Because think about it, the mundane action of the woman going to the well just to get water. Like, oh, it's Monday morning, let's do it. And the Catholic who goes, oh, gotta go to Mass on Sunday, Mass. Where the Eucharist, the infinite well of God's mercy and grace, and we're just getting our bulletin and, amen, and, your spirit. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's like the awakening of, doodle-doodle-doo. Whoa, you're here. And
Do you
then
want, do you want
everything-
sustenance or do you want life?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
abundant life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still fluing into the magic of the presence. It's ridiculous.
No, if it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. If what Catholics claim is present at a Mass is really present at the Mass.
We'll be undone.
Yeah. And
And
I believe there's a beautiful mercy of the Lord that it's veiled.
Yeah.
That he veils himself in the appearance of bread and wine, because if we could take it in, our brains would splatter all over the walls of the church. There's
Yeah, it's true.
and it all, one of the themes that's coming out here as we've developed this event. So the question here is, what am I working on? Well, my creative energies over the last year have been given to this new creative endeavor, this new event we're offering called The Well. And what have we done it 4 or 5 times now?
More than 4. So yeah,
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
And we begin with
It's cooking. I feel like it's cooking.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Man.
like it's come together
Yeah.
really quickly. Like it took our other event, Made for More, where, and for those who don't know what we're doing, Mike, as a singer-songwriter, and I weave the presentation with and around his music. We have big video screens
I
and
play
images.
guitar.
Yeah, the big Indian instrument.
No, not sitar. Guitar.
Oh, I thought you meant sitar.
No, the keyboard guitar thing.
Oh, do you have the Casio?
Yeah, and I got the keyboard tie. And
Nice.
and
Nice.
The cool glasses that. Sorry.
Every time.
Continue.
Give him an inch. Oh my gosh. There's a glitch.
Don't do it.
There's a glitch.
So yeah, for those who don't know what we do, we it's like a night at the theater, and
Interweaving.
yeah,
Yeah,
interweaving music,
theology,
presentation,
the
images,
spoken,
videos. It's a full sensory experience. We've toured it around the world, and the event we've toured around the world is Made for More. Now we're touring this other event called The Well, and Made for More. We started developing that 2017, 2016.
First time we did it was 7.
Okay, we are
Brand
developing it 2016. We presented first time 2017, but I'd say that took 3 to 4 years to congeal into what it has become. I don't think The Well is going to take that long to congeal what it's going to be. I think we're off to a really, really good start.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
What I felt, because I've noticed that, and one thing I've noticed is we've been doing the Made for More for so long that it's almost like, you know how like the only thing that pops in my head is like a reptile that sheds its skin.
Mm-hmm.
It starts coming off, and eventually like it's off, and like we were doing that event for so long but we were always kind of like developing kind of a different parallel layer.
Yep.
And eventually it got to the point where what we were doing years later wasn't
Wasn't it what we started with?
what we started with.
Right.
So we just kind of made a decision.
Yep.
We should just really cut this off and make it its own little nugget.
Yep. Yep.
And it was the cream of the crop. We rose to the top, right?
What else rhymes?
I hope it
Let's
doesn't
keep going.
flop.
Okay.
Can I?
It's better.
I've got some
Paul
wisdom to
McCartney
drop.
had his hair do like a mop.
This is the most.
Sorry.
Pretty good.
Good.
Okay.
It's a B. It's a B minus.
Pretty all right. I'm struck by this phrase from JP2. I think it was Ecclesia de Eucharistia, one of the last things he wrote, where he says, "I want to rekindle Eucharistic amazement."
Amazement.
Do you know
Yes.
that?
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and I in a big way, I think all we're trying to do, everything we're trying
Yeah.
to do, is rekindle Eucharistic amazement.
And I begin, one of the first images people see as the night gets underway is an image of a newborn baby
Oh wow, that's all of
like
us.
this. That's the common denominator of our humanity. Right? The first thing we feel when we are born is thirst for the breast.
Yep.
I mean, we don't tend to think of this on a day-to-day basis, but I read this book about the development of language some years ago. Did you know our ability to speak is related to the fact that our mouths are designed to latch on to mother's breast? The whole reality of the tongue and the way a tongue is designed, a human tongue,
So nursing is exercising that muscle.
Nursing
tongue
facilitates
to be able to
speech.
speak.
Is
fascinating.
Is there a connection? I mean, is there like a statistic that children that don't,
I would imagine they're based on what I read
they're
of
still
how,
nursing with a bottle?
yeah,
So
based on what I read of how integral the sucking reality is to developing the tongue muscles that allow language.
Wow.
I would imagine, suppose a baby is fed just intravenously and never suckles on either the breast or the bottle. I would imagine that person's going to
Sure.
have all kinds of linguistic
Sure.
issues based on what I had read. That would be my guess. But there's a connection here between the word that we speak and the word becoming flesh that we then take in, not just the flesh, but we drink his blood, and the very function of the breast in God's design is to transform blood into food. That's what the mammary gland does. It takes the blood from the mother and makes it food. Right? If that's not ringing some Eucharistic bells, and the very idea, Christ in his humanity, in his divinity, he knows everything because he designed the whole world with the Father and the Holy Spirit. But in his humanity, he had to learn things. So where in his humanity did he learn that blood can become food? Mama Mary, from his own experience. And so we begin with this of the baby yearning, aching, crying out for the breast. And I say this is a theology lesson that is common to every human being on the planet. When mother gives her breast, we are learning, as an infant even, there's something bigger than I am. There's a love bigger than I am meeting me in my.
Yeah.
I cannot satisfy this thirst on my own, but there is a love bigger than I am that is meeting me here. Beautiful theology lesson.
Yeah.
Because if I can't satisfy it, that's A-okay, so long as there's the love that's going to satisfy it. But then I paint the scenario, which is common in a fallen world, a broken world, where there are all kinds of, can be issues with the relationship of a mother and a child. Could be not any fault of the mother. There could be a medical emergency where
Yeah.
the mother swept away.
Yep.
And that also is a theology lesson, that I'm screaming in my thirst for love to come and feed me, and love doesn't show up. I get an IV stuck in my arm instead. I get poked. That also becomes a theology lesson, a false theology lesson that God's not coming for me. And so I've said, and I work it into this new event, that here's a great image of bad theology.
All right. Self-feeding.
Self-feeding. Right? It's and of course I'm not saying it's a sin for a child to suck his thumb. I'm using it as an analogy, but it's an analogy, a fitting image of what the original sin is. I don't believe that any divine breast is coming to me to satisfy my thirst. So I'm going to take satisfaction into my own hand. Monsignor Lorenzo Albacete, one of my great mentors and professors, put it this way. He said, every temptation comes down to this one temptation. It's the temptation to believe that the satisfaction of the deepest desires of my heart is totally up to me. And that's the thumb sucking. And again, it's a great image because when we sin, we get some pleasure out of it. Right? I'm going to get some pleasure out of sucking my thumb to activate when I activate that sucking reflex.
But no sustenance.
But no sustenance. That's the image, right? It's so fitting. So back to your question, Mike, what have I been working on? This event, as it has developed, and we've worked on it together, and you worked on the music for it. I've worked on a lot of the content, but we had a more intertwined creative process for this event, a more integrated creative process for this event than other events we've worked on. And I've been really delighted with how it's come out and how audiences, now that we've been testing it, we've done it in Colombia, we've done it in Rome, we've done it in Brazil, we've done it in Germany, we've done it.
England, did you do?
Yeah.
We did it in England, and we did it only once in the States,
Mexico.
in New Mexico.
You know, I'm struck. I feel our mission so much is like humanity 101, like basic, what it means to be human, this basic education, always riffing off of the material. I'm thinking of with the nursing and the infant, the breast. We've mentioned it before, Dr. Carl Stern,
Yeah.
Flight from Woman book
Flight,
from 1965.
Yeah.
And he says, just we come into the world hungry, and that's the first encounter. And he says something like, he just drops it. This puts to death all dualistic heresies. The child nursing at the breast.
Oh!
Bam, right there. It puts to death all dualistic heresies.
Dualism being, we
Yeah,
were just talking
which
about
we
earlier,
talked
the
about AI.
rupture of the spirit and the flesh.
Yeah, like the AI, like we thirst. We are an embodied thirst. That's what we are.
And how does the prophet Isaiah describe heaven?
Yeah.
Isaiah
Jerusalem
66,
and
where
her
we will
abundant breasts.
all drink from the abundant bread of New
And
Jerusalem.
here's the thing, because of these dualistic, Gnostic heresies that want us to just digitize everything and
Excarnate
live in
it
the
all.
cloud and excarnate it all, because we're so scared of this, even some listeners right now, like, geez, you're talking about nursing at the breast a lot.
That's right.
But the sticky milk, sweat,
Yeah.
blood, all the stuff, we're just so freaked out by it.
Yeah.
To the devil's delight.
To the devil's delight.
Yeah. Clean up all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. I'm thinking of that Muslim tweet that you and
Oh,
I
yes.
from
Yeah.
a few years ago. How did it go? Something like, could you imagine that the Almighty would be born of a woman, feed at her breast, and that his mother had to change his diapers from urinating and defecating
And all
on
of us are
himself?
like, yeah, it's awesome.
If you understand, his starting point is the body is not
He's
worthy of
repulsed,
God.
and
He's
it's a
repulsed
repulsive thought.
by the body, right? The body and its functions are gross.
Mm-hmm.
So how could God ever enter the grossness of the world?
Right.
What is gross here is just what Jesus says it is. Gross is the human heart. And he's not talking about the organ in the chest. He's talking about this guy's attitude towards the body. Right? But this Muslim, and he says at the end of this was from Advent 2019. I remember, I think you might have sent it to me. I don't know if it doesn't matter, but he says, can you imagine God would be born of a woman, feed at the breast, and defecate and urinate on himself and have to be changed by his mother? Exalted is Allah above their lives. Right? And I think of the scripture, blessed are those who take no offense at me. Right? If we are offended, or put it this way, to the degree that we are offended by our own bodies and their functions, all of them, any of them, we are offended by the incarnation. Because God, this is what we proclaim, was born of a woman, nursed at the breast, shat himself, urinated upon himself, and had to be changed by his mother. And everything Christ did in the flesh, everything, is a revelation of the mystery hidden in God from all eternity.
Worthy of our contemplation.
Worthy of our contemplation. And I can just feel it. because I can feel it in me too. Like, really? Where does that come from? Where does this offense towards our bodies come from? Who told you were naked? Who told you your body's disgusting? Who told you your body's not worthy of God? Who told you that's gross? We've been listening to another voice whispering into our ears, and this voice of the enemy, hates with all of his diabolic fury the manifestation of God in the flesh. And he wants us to hate it too. And that Muslim is just being, hats off to you. He's being honest. He's being a lot more honest about the scandal of the incarnation than a lot of Christians are. We say it in our creed, but we don't really want to go there. We don't really want to, nah.
I'm going back now to your primordial question. What are you working on? Because we kind of went right into our projects and our professional stuff. But with this conversation going to this direction, I'm like, man, I'm working on getting back home tonight and working on all this crap in myself and with my kids and my relationship with my wife and not being repulsed by any of that, any of the messy, sticky, dirty, dysregulated, emotional.
Thank you.
Because that's the workshop. Oh,
thank you for saying that.
Yeah, no, I need it daily.
You are speaking directly to me and connecting those. Am I offended?
Yeah.
By my own
soil of my own family life.
The
garden I'm planted in.
The urination and defecation in the spiritual realm, right?
Yeah, we've got 4 kids. We move well beyond diapers. In certain sense, we haven't, right?
Yeah, because there's other shit ski.
Yes. Where am I at 55? I'm not wearing Depends. Not saying that, to clarify. But then, in light of the challenges of like, what are we supposed to be working on? It is exciting. And it's backbreaking work. It's like, oh man, we've talked. But it is exciting because this is it. This is where you work. This is where you work on. And it's daily.
Where the meaning is.
It is, and it is exciting. It's exhausting, but exciting. I just texted Rebecca this morning because we're kind of always going through spin cycle, and I just had this word pop up. I was doing a little walk on the grounds right here early, and I just was thinking about Rebecca, and unsinkable was a word that came right in. I was just thinking about it. She is unsinkable because I'm thinking about my own reaction to junk, and like, oh man, this is hard, and I just think, man, she's unsinkable. So I just instantly messaged him. Praise God for that.
Be careful with those messages.
Elaborate.
No. There's a conversation last night.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah.
Voice text can mess with you.
Yes.
Voice text can cause
always double check your voice.
Divorces.
Yeah.
In light of that, what are we working on more interiorly? There's a certain veil that we have to maintain. This, but
sure.
I see this pattern in me, in my fatherhood, as a husband, as the president of the Theology of the Body Institute, and trying to lead an organization. I don't know how to lead. And I have like, Lord, why would you choose me to be the leader of this family? Why would you choose me to be the leader of this organization when I don't know how to lead? And what I do is I'm generally, I don't know how to lead, so I'm hands off, hands off, hands off, hands off, hands off. And then when I don't like the direction something's going in because I've been hands off, I'm heavy hands on.
Jerk the wheel.
I come in being a leader, not as a true leader, but as a tyrant, as a, that's not the way.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
You can apologize.
Well,
It's coming out.
Anybody who lives in my orbit long enough, as you've lived in my orbit, you know this about me already. I'm not saying anything new to you. Hands off, heavy hands on. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, those are heavy hands. But I really don't like the way that went, and I wasn't enough of a leader back here to share my gift in the right way, so now I feel like I have to impose it, which doesn't do honor to people who work with me or my wife or my kids. And my more adult children, we go 28, 26, 22, 19, 17. they're all, pushing adulthood, and 3 of them are there. They're able to reflect now how so many of my theories of how to be a good dad didn't pan out. And I'm having to look at just do a deeper archaeological dig into places of pride, places of self-reliance, places of thinking I knew what I was doing when I didn't, and not knowing how to let the Father father me so I can father my kids, not learning how to, how did Jesus lead? I came not to be served, but to serve, to lay down my life.
I'm with you, Crystal. The heck, I mean, we're all in it. I think we're all in that age of life too, where just the reality is sinking in. But it's so, as soon as you said that, who am I to? I'm instantly like 7 biblical characters come right to who all said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
To Moses, to Isaiah, they're all saying the same exact thing. I'm the wrong guy.
Yeah, I'm the wrong guy.
I've got this or
Yeah.
that. But
yeah, a priest friend pointed out to me recently that when this was his theory, and I think it's great. When Jesus calls Peter the rock, Andrew, his brother's like, what?
Oh,
What? My brother, the rock? I know my brother.
right.
He ain't no rock, let me tell you that. And yet there's like a calling in that name. There's an identity, a declaration, but there's something you got to grow into there too. And we're all growing into our manhood.
I would say, to your credit, one thing I've really appreciated about you, there's many things. One of them would be, in the years that I've known you, is that you're the hardest step. What you're talking about is difficult. That process, that excavating, right, and mining, and rearranging, it's very difficult. But in my experience, the hardest part of it, the hardest of the hardest, is becoming aware that the journey actually exists. And I think you have always been aware that this is a journey we're taking. There's a journey, first of all, and I'm on it. Because some people don't even, reflecting on what I did, I'm hands off, and then I'm hands on the wheel and overpowering. I'm sorry, like that's the hardest part. It's just becoming aware of it, because after that you're just you're soft, you're pliable, you're open to being.
I
God.
I'm getting a thought here about how often we constantly are talking about communion, marriage, union, the two becoming one flesh, like Genesis 2:24, watermark for everything. And yet we still, when we talk about professional and personal, we do really want super clear lines. But and you couched the beginning of this part of the conversation as, we don't want to, we want boundaries, and
certain
that's
veil.
Absolutely true, a certain veil. But at the same time, it's not a concrete wall.
Right. That's correct.
Like that, what's that show I haven't seen, Severance, where what happens at work is, and then you forget. But there's something really beautiful about the ethos here, where we know these interpenetrate.
Right.
And it's not a disservice to our professional work. It actually enhances it, because we're real.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
As opposed to super clean, super efficient, polished, piece of machinery, which doesn't actually feel human.
Yeah, and you know why it's not human?
Red flags go up when I see
the only way that can be accomplished is through tyranny. That clean, squeaky clean.
Oh, yes,
working,
yes. The domination
correct.
approach.
That's the only way it can happen.
No thanks.
Yeah, no thank you.
Because it stifles creativity, personhood, personality, freedom. Yeah, but it looks so good.
It looks good. It looks squeaky clean. It reminds me of a scene in Weigel's biography of JP2 when JP2 is in Chile. I think this was the 80s, and he's with the tyrant leader Pinochet. Did I quote this in a previous episode?
No, I don't think so. Pinochet would have remembered that.
Okay.
I would have too.
Pinochet, communist leader, is giving a tour of the country to JP2 and is boasting of the decorum and order that he has established. And he's saying, why are you always promoting the freedom of nations and democracy, and look at the order I've established here.
Wow.
And John Paul's response always stayed with me. Do you remember it by chance?
No, I don't. This is exciting.
People deserve their liberties, even if they make mistakes in exercising them.
Yes. People deserve
People
their
deserve their liberties, even if they make mistakes in exercising them.
Some of the greatest inventions and growths of human person have come through the mistake.
Yes, yes. I remember the first time I went to Poland
Love that.
in 2008, and the person who was driving me around was just pointing out some graffiti on walls and mailboxes and things. He said, he was older, and he said, in the communist era, we didn't have that graffiti. And I mean, I'm not a fan of graffiti, but I remember thinking, thank God that you have it now.
Yeah.
And it's exactly that point that
Yeah.
people deserve their liberties, even if they make mistakes in exercising them. Right? You can and start applying that to family life. For
I
example.
already did
Right.
as soon as you said it, and that's what I'm trying to say. The interpenetration of these
Yes,
worlds, they
yes.
can't be divided. I went right into with my kids. I should
Yeah. How do we?
more air and breath.
Yeah. How do we allow our children to make appropriate mistakes, or how do we give them appropriate freedom? That within that of freedom, we're not shocked or scandalized by the
And
mistakes.
turn
we make.
into control freaks who
Right.
dominate
Turn
the
it around.
situation.
Oh, man. Now I got to go home and
I know.
apologize.
Cease transmission. What are you working on? This.
Oh, Juan, what's on?
Yeah.
How about you,
why?
Juan?
Working on one.
What's going on with you?
I'm engaged.
Woo!
What?
Let's do the wave.
I didn't think she was going to say yes. I'll be honest.
Wow, Mike. Wow. That's right, our dear Juan.
Well, and we're so happy for you.
So we went
engaged.
to England. Gosh, what date was that?
You guys are getting. Every time I sit down with you, I just get so excited about getting married.
Oh.
I hope
true?
you're. Are you
Brother.
being sarcastic?
I am being sarcastic.
Oh, you stink. Cease transmission.
No, but it's.
Dang it.
I mean, that's something I've been constantly learning, that there is the agony and the ecstasy go together. In the previous episode, we were talking about the life of Chuck, right? And
Yeah.
oh man, I feel a little left. I need to watch the film.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but it was so beautiful to hear you all speaking about that. And now in this conversation, right, you're always witness of that. The agony and the ecstasy go together.
And the ecstasy is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is real.
It's the real.
Yeah, that's right. Which is a going out of myself,
Yeah.
learning. My son shared this quote with me, and I keep revisiting it.
By the way, friends, while he's looking that up,
Yeah, go ahead.
Juan proposed.
Oh yeah, share that story.
Yeah, so we went to
Oh.
England. What was it?
Three weeks ago.
September 11th.
Right.
And then for weeks, you've been gone on this journey with your girlfriend and you on the Camino
Come back a
in
change.
Spain.
That's right. The Camino de Santiago, which is this ancient pilgrimage. There are three places that people, that Catholics take a pilgrimage on, right? Jerusalem, Rome, and the Camino of St. James, which, it's an ancient Camino. It's a fascinating thing.
How many miles did you do?
We did around 200.
Oh.
No, not miles. Sorry, 200
kilometers?
kilometers. Yeah, 200 kilometers.
What's that? 150 miles, maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is a lot.
And you just walk. You can start in different places. You can start in France, in different parts of Spain. We started in Portugal and walked our way up to Spain, and everybody's walking to Santiago de Compostela, which is where the remains of Saint James the Greater, the apostle and friend of Jesus, is, right? But it's fascinating. About millions and millions and millions of people walk this way. And I was talking with Bill earlier about how this thing, I would say 95% of the people that we met were not Catholic.
Wow.
Some of them didn't even know who James was. They were
Wow.
just, we're doing the Camino. Everybody does it.
Wow.
Anyways, I did the Camino with my with my now fiance, and we had an awesome time, and it was beautiful, and we got a real taste of that, the good, and the beautiful, but also the trials, the human, right? The
agony.
yeah, the agony.
Pains of hiking.
And when you started, you were not engaged. But when you ended,
That's right.
you were.
We got to, so you end up on the Camino, but you can do an extended Camino that ends in Finisterra, which is Latin for the end of the world. That's where people used to believe before we discovered America. Well, that's where people used to believe that was the end of the world, right?
Right.
So we got to the end of the world, post there. And,
Woo!
For the beginning of a new world.
That's right. Well, that's something that everybody says, right? That your Camino does not end when you end your Camino. That would be a tragedy.
Yeah.
Actually, your Camino begins when you end your Camino.
Mm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Congrats, brother.
Yeah,
It's like
congratulations.
people think that your life ends when you get married, but it's actually when it begins.
It's
True.
That's right.
If you're called to marriage, of course.
True. And we're all called to
So-
marriage in some way, shape, or form.
Can I share this quote from?
All right.
This is from Iris Murdoch. She wrote this in 1959. Iris Murdoch is a British novelist, something of a philosopher, I believe. Listen to this. You're going to love this, Bill.
But
You
Mike,
probably
you'll love it
I'll
too.
just take it.
You
I'll
might
check
not-
my phone.
see what's going on the text.
We're all going to love this. I hope the whole world loves it. Okay, listen to this. Art and morals are one reality. Their essence is the same. The essence of both of them is love. Love is the perception of other persons. Love, this is the line that got me in particular. Love is the extremely difficult realization that something other than oneself is real. Love, and so art and morals, is the discovery of reality.
Art and morals.
Love, and so art and morals, because art and morals are both from love. Love is the discovery of reality. It's the discovery that something other than I,
That's so good.
something other than myself, exists. And man, I've been reflecting on that. Like,
That is the wow moment.
yeah.
The aha, the wow, the whoa. Here at last, bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh.
Yes.
That's so awesome.
Yes, something.
Wow.
We're so, the disposition of original sin is right, just inversion, and it's all about me. And we live from this disposition without even knowing it. And love, understood, this is the word we're saying, Juan, ecstasy, the true sense of ecstasy, is not my own selfish pleasure. Ecstasy is the reversion of this inversion to go out of myself to honor the other. But I have to know that the other is real. And if my whole life is just myopically turned inward, okay, I have to learn how to get along with you and you. But I can manage you just to get what I want.
You're gonna keep those gates closed.
And keep it all closed, stay inward. And I'm realizing just more and more as I look at some of the wounds of people I have loved poorly. I desire to love, but I'm up against my own broken humanity in doing so. It's the failure of this. It's the failure to honor and uphold the mystery of the other as other. Gosh, I remember when I got married, so much of the pain I caused my wife in the first years of marriage was just because I was projecting onto an other that you shouldn't be other. You should think like I do. You should like the same things I like. You should not be other. You should and
Yeah.
and that is the rejection of otherness is is the end of true sexuality.
Yeah.
Because the very word sexual means the other, the difference, the distinction,
Complementarity.
the difference that allows otherness. And the very, we invent words like homosexuality. That word was invented in the late 1800s. And heterosexuality, which demonstrates when we invent words like that, we don't know what sexuality is. Because sexuality comes from it would be related to a word like section. To section this off from this
Right.
is to recognize the distinction, right? This is not this. There's a section, sectioning. Sex comes from the sectioning off, the difference, right? This is not that. Well, look at the prefixes, homo and hetero, right? Homo means same. Sexuality means difference. That's a contradiction in terms. Same, difference. Hetero means different. But so does sexuality. So when you say heterosexuality, you're saying it's redundant. You're saying the same thing twice.
Yeah.
Different difference. We have to love is to recognize and honor otherness. It's a profound meditation, and it'll take you on a real examination of conscience of how self-focused we are in our fallen humanity.
It's stirring up a quote. Thanks for that, Christopher. Please send me that.
Yeah, I will. Okay, now.
There's a C.S. Lewis thought where, because like back to art and morals, and so much of what we share is the art that we love, music, creativity. He says C.S. Lewis says the first act before any work of art is surrender.
Ooh.
And then he says,
Ooh.
stop, something like stop, look, listen, get yourself out of the way, which I love.
There it is.
Right?
There it is.
First act before any work of art, which is, our creativity, the masterpiece of another person, surrender, stop, get yourself out of it. That's the alterity.
What I like about that is that I stop and listen. It's acknowledging yourself.
Yeah,
You're becoming self-aware.
you're in it.
And you need to become self-aware to realize there's something other there.
Right.
And you will be enriched, which is so JP2, that in the paradigm of gift, everyone is a gift for you. Everyone can enrich you.
Yes,
But when we
yes.
live this, let me hermetically seal myself off from everything because it's all sticky and and it bothers me. Well, you're going to be impoverished. You're just going to
Say that word again, hermetic.
hermetically sealed. It's
You know
like
what that reminds me of? What movie? You tell me.
some movie.
I already tried it. It's hermetically sealed.
Wow.
What is that? Come on.
That's Star Wars?
Yes.
Oh
Come
gosh!
on. When they're in the trash compactor.
Right. That's
And
right.
Han
He said
Solo.
hermetically sealed.
Yeah, Han Solo shoots the
The
door.
laser bounces.
I already tried it. It's hermetically sealed.
Wow, that was very
That's
good.
Luke Skywalker.
That was a very good young Mark Hamill.
Yes.
I
So
almost
is it
jumped out of my seat.
shut down all the garbage?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What does he say? Shut down all the garbage compactors on the detention level.
And he says it so loud. He was really hyper back in that original Star Wars. Like really
Yeah.
hyper.
Yeah.
What was he, 21 years old or something? Anyway.
Something like that.
See The Life of Chuck.
but
Mark
don't-
Hamill is a much better actor in The Life of Chuck.
Yeah,
Does a great job.
It took him a while.
Yeah.
But he was good then. But anyway, sealing ourselves off.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
Open.
Well, and through being open, as you said 5 minutes ago, that's the wow. That's the way of wonder. That is the way.
Correct.
Bring it back to the
Thanks for
beginning.
doing that. And it's
Yeah.
the only way.
It's the only way. It is the way.
So book your
Back to
event
Star
today.
Wars. That was very nice. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You're a gift.
You're a gift to me.
You too.
Thanks.
But you are.
I love it.
Hey, feel free to skip this ad if you want, but I just wanted to let you know that besides this podcast, we also independently have events that we do around the world. If you're interested in knowing how you can come out and see us and be part of what we're doing, the details are down below. Check it out, and we hope to see you out on the road soon.